I told you, these podcasts were going to start getting better visually, but you didn't believe me. I'm not even going to introduce myself. I'm just going to do this. Watch this. Boom.
And that nigga did it how I always wanted to do it, and I'll never be able to do it like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are here. And I keep trying to tell y'all over and over again, man, this is the place you want to be. This is the place you want to be this week. All right, we have told y'all over and over again the same thing. Okay, we got a special guest coming. We got people coming in. We got a wrestler coming. We got a great wrestler coming in or whatever. I give y'all a little basic, small little stuff of it, but I'm not going to give you too much details, okay? This past weekend, we had Double or Nothing. We had Night of Champions, where, okay, I'm going to be honest, during Night of Champions, one of the most violent super kicks I've ever seen in my life happened. That was more, like, important than the super kick with, like, the whole flashbang that the Young Bucks did. That was stupid. I don't like that super kick. Jimmy Uso kicked off Roman Reigns' face, and I think someone needs to sue that man for not acknowledging his tribal chief. Yep.
It's heard around the world.
No. We need to acknowledge that right now. He kicked this man's off his face, his whole face. He kicked him so hard. Did you see the spit fly from Roman's mouth? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you even watch Night Champions?
Yes, I did, sir.
No, you didn't. I know you didn't.
How you know? I said it's the kick that it was heard around the world. What are you talking about?
That doesn't. But did you watch it? Like, did you feel it? Did you feel it in your soul?
I felt the death of a dynasty, man.
I don't think it was that important.
And I'm looking forward to it.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
I'm looking forward to Jimmy Uso versus Roman Reigns.
What? Okay, we're not going to do that right now.
Jay Uso versus Roman Reigns. We're going to get Jimmy Uso.
I'm not doing this with you right now. I'm going to introduce myself and disregard you.
Continue.
Okay. Well, I'm ignoring you now. Good day. Hi guys, what's going on here? I am your local champ. I'm the one who's always clean. Always good to be around you guys. Now listen, man. The guy next to me, the guy in my corner is my brother, my friend, my colleague, my best friend. I confide in him when I have night terrors. He dates women who are 3'11" to 7. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that. Night terrors are a bad thing.
No boogeyman for you, huh?
I'm scared as shit of the boogeyman. Okay, all right. I don't look. I don't got insomnia because I can't sleep. I got insomnia because I'm scared. He dates women who are 3'11" to 7 foot tall. He will only date you if you can recite all the words to Edge's theme song. Okay, say that out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, old man. Yeah. Put your hands together for old man Logan. Logan, tell him what's up, man. Tell him what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Old Man Logan. Welcome to another episode of Hot Take Wrestling. I was not here, and the boys showed it last week when they was clowning. So that's why they're not here this week. They knew I was coming in wrecking shop, wrecking everything.
We weren't clowning. First off, we were not clowning.
You guys were not behaving as such when I am normally present.
That matters not. The point of the matter is we weren't clowning.
Matters.
I don't like the way you're speaking to me in front of our guests right now.
I'm going to tell our guests to review the last to see how this one goes, and to watch the last one, and she can be the judge.
Let me talk to you right fast because you're not listening to what I'm saying. Listen, our guest is not to be played with. Okay. Don't let that face fool you. Have you seen her wrestle?
Okay. Yes, I have.
This might be like really good, but she will fuck you up. Now cut this shit out and focus. Okay?
I am 100% focused. That's why I'm putting y'all on blast in front of her. So she knows she's going to get the optimal interview from me that she deserves.
Stop right now. You're embarrassing us in front of our guests right now. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest is a champion well served, violent person. And when I say violent, it's poetic. It's beautiful. Okay. It's good to watch. All right. Don't get scared when you see something violent. Violent happens in nature all the time. All right. Some of the best things that happen come from those that are the hunters and not the hunted. Yeah. You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
I like what you did there. Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah.
Big fan of that. Ladies and gentlemen, Nakoma Tala. Don't say nothing. Get together. Acknowledge her. Acknowledge her before she needs to be acknowledged. Keep going. Keep this going. Don't stop. Continue. No, seriously, she's violent. Continue this. All right. Yes. Yes. Bow. Bow, peasants. Bow. Bow. Did I say your name right? Did I pronounce it right?
You did. You did.
There you go. Bang, bang.
Yep, you definitely said it right.
Ma'am, how are you tonight? How are you this evening?
I'm having a blast already. This is great. I really appreciate you guys having me on here.
No problem. It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. We're not going to get any further into how violent you are. Let's just get right to it. You are a champion. Give us the name of the brand that you're a champion for, how long you've been champion, and what made you fall in love with wrestling.
All right. So the company is New Brunswick Wrestling Association, and it's Capital City Wrestling. They're trying to rebrand, but I literally just got this past weekend on Saturday. So I've only been champion for a few days, but I definitely plan on defending it with pride and everything else. It was a great, great tournament this past weekend up in Canada, and we all went all out. It was a huge war up there. They have a highlight video posted. I think I posted it on my TikTok as well, and I believe my other social medias as well. So definitely check it out. I can't wait to see the actual whole match and watch it from your point of view. It definitely was crazy from my point of view. So you definitely got to check that video out once it's posted. And what got me to fall in love with wrestling was when I was a child. This is like the Attitude Era. That's like around the time I started watching. It's my favorite. My favorite was watching Chyna and Eddie Guerrero. Watching them two, just the way she came out was just power, and she like demanded attention without actually doing anything. Mm-hmm. Just being that powerful woman in that ring and being able to face anything and anyone who stepped in that ring. Now that's what I'm about. That's kind of like just girl power, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But that's like a true warrior right there. You don't need to demand anything. You just walk out there and people already know what's going on. People know that you mean business. And that's exactly what being a warrior is about.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you a video when the actual episode on Friday. This woman slapped a man so hard that he lost a nipple. Don't lie and tell me you didn't. That's true. I got it. I got this. I got it. I'm defending you right now. You're okay. She slapped this man. In case you didn't see our WCW video, she slapped this man, like his whole attitude is gone. Okay, his whole he's like, any of you hit street slags or slags or whatever want to leave, you can leave. And no one left. And then she threw him outside of the ring. They tussled for a little bit. He turned around, thought he had a good little forearm shiver to the back. Nope. Nakoma said, and I'm not even kidding, it's that loud. It's that loud. It's that loud, and you should probably watch it alone. You should probably watch it without being in the hood either. Like, if you're in the hood watching this right now, don't watch this in the hood. People gonna think you're shooting in your house and you're not shooting. And he slapped this man across his chest. Pretty sure he has no nipple. I'm not making this. I'm dead serious. Anyway, let me ask you a toxic question here. Let's get toxic for a second before we get to the wrestling.
All right.
So with Hot Take Wrestling, we are a podcast and we are all about honesty. Okay. With this podcast, it has launched many of our toxic takes. For example, my toxic take is the following. I don't think that Cody is a good face. I don't think Cody Rhodes is a good face at all. I think he's a better heel. I just think he's a better heel. And his matches are boring. But I don't dislike him for it. I just have an opinion. That is one of my toxic takes. Okay. You being a wrestler, you watched wrestle when you're most of your life. What is one of your toxic takes? Like, what's the hill you're standing on to be like, I don't care what you say, I'm right, and there's no other way you can mess me up.
Nakoma, before you answer, what's your response to what he just said about Cody? Just one time for the one time. What's your response to that?
Nothing about what my opinion is. That's what he's about to say. See, I already know this. Oh my God.
We listen. What we're not gonna do is disagree with our guests. I told you.
I'm not gonna disagree with our guest. I want her opinion on the matter. Listen. This is going on between me and him. I done lost count. Because I'm gonna tell you my retort once you let us know.
I kind of gonna agree with him. I kind of like him more as a babyface than a heel.
Well, listen. First off, okay, not gonna retort that. No, screw that. We're not talking about this. Okay, all right. Nakoma, what's your toxic take when it comes to wrestling? What's one of your toxic takes?
Dominic Mysterio, I love him to death. He seems like a sweet guy and all, but I think he could do more being a heel. I think he needs more. I don't know. It just seems fake, in my opinion. I don't know. He needs something extra to add to what he's doing, and I don't know what to. I can't think of what it needs. It just needs something extra. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We obviously understand he's heel because he's with Mommy, and all them and everything. But if he was by himself as a heel, it just wouldn't be the same. With them two there with him, it helps him, sure. Because but if he was by himself in the ring as without them in the beginning, and he just came out as a heel, I don't think he would go over very well as a heel, in my opinion.
I agree with that because if I look at Dominic's moveset from when he was with his dad as Rey Mysterio and how fluent he was in the ring versus what he's doing now, it's almost stale because you know what's going to happen. Yeah. Rita gets involved, Dominic wins somehow with either a roll-up or a frog splash, and it's like that. But with Eddie, when Eddie was good, it was lie, cheating, and steal. You saw he was good because his mannerisms in the ring were a certain way. But then when he was a heel, he could turn it up to 11, and you could see the difference. With Dominic, there's really no difference. He's just not moving as much or as fluid.
A different wrestling style when it came to being a heel and the babyface.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It took away some of the, you said, fluidity in terms of the move set. He was doing more stuff that appealed to the crowd, to the fans. Now it's kind of a little bit more ground and pound, a little more slow in terms of the pacing of the moveset and the matches. I think he had to get comfortable as a heel first. I think he's comfortable now, and I do agree that he could do a lot more. But it's with placing as well. I've said this on the show a couple of times. I think Dominic could flourish if they put him in NXT. If he was the one that maybe took the belt off of Brian Breaker, I think he could really do good down there.
First off,
it's being a heel. It comes natural to some people. When I first started in the business, so my trainer, who is Blackheart, Don Vega, Sergeant Muldoon from Showcase Pro Wrestling, and Mike Baker from House of Bricks, they've all trained me. So when I first started 8 years ago, they didn't know what to do with me because you see how aggressive I am in the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't come out smiling and stuff like that, you would think I'm a heel. But the fact that I just have, I guess that I don't know, the bubbly personality, I guess, or whatever, they were trying to make me a heel, but it just didn't seem natural. So they made me as a baby face, and I've been a baby face for literally 7 years, 7 to 8 years. So it doesn't always come natural to people, and it does take time to tap into that part of you for it to just come out natural, because it's not something you can just like, well, I guess you can kind of act it out, but you can tell with some people that they're just acting. And it's not flowing out naturally.
Totally agree. I think instances of people being better as heels than they are faces. Randy Orton's a prime example of that. I think Randy Orton had to learn how to be a baby face, you know, but being a heel came natural to him. Plus, you know, they ran in the family. That was the bloodline, like Cowboy Bob Orton, you know, heel all day. So it just made sense for Randy to be a heel, and he had more, you know, to give as a heel, the whole legend killer persona, blah, blah, blah. Sasha was another one for me that I think just is better naturally as a heel.
Agreed.
But I'm not gonna let you get Nakoma. I saw how you said mommy there, though. You was like, mommy, like, is this a little something there? Little Nakoma big mommy cool?
With Rhea Ripley. Like, she's someone who I like a lot. Like, I really like love her attitude. She doesn't like, she's just like me. She'll get in the ring with anybody. Nothing will stop her. She's gonna do business. She's gonna get it done, no matter what it takes. That's exactly how I am.
Look.
We'll brawl to the very end, and that's what I would love to be in the ring with her. I honestly would. I would think it would be a good match.
I think so too.
I think I went down the Nakoma Tala rabbit hole on YouTube of like matches, of like watching her watch like matches, and from like 2021, 23, it's like a curve of just like you can see her like hitting her stride where she's like, okay, and it's like you can see, because sorry, this is not a question that you asked women. I am guessing you are of age, since you watched the Attitude Era at a young age, that you are of age, that you're not in your prime yet, right?
Yeah. We're getting better every single day. There's always room to make to learn more and get better and everything like that. So, as of late, I've been going to Gabe Sapolsky's WWE seminars and tryouts.
Really?
I went to 3. Sorry about that. I went to 3 of them so far, and I've learned a lot, honestly. Just sitting with him and listening to everything he's got to say. I've been taking notes, and I've been going to these tryouts as well and listening to his input with promos, just in-ring work and stuff like that. And then just going to other kind of seminars as well. Like, every seminar you go to, you learn through their experiences and stuff. And then you put that into your own, like, ring work. You add a little bit of your own flavor to whatever you listened and heard. So that's what I've been trying to do, is try to push myself, try to branch out and try new things. Don't get comfortable doing the same stuff over and over again. So I'm definitely been pushing myself throughout the few years. So I'm happy that you guys see the difference. I'm glad that my work has been showing.
Definitely. Your in work is like, even in 21, you saw how good you were. But 22 and 23, like, you can see that the level of competition has stepped up to like where you are now. Where like at first you were wrestling someone who was like as good and you're good. You can see that like when you go the next 2 years that you're up here and they have to get to your level. Like every single match. So shout out to that. But honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you want to cheer for you because you see your growth. So we really appreciate you for that. Now, these seminars, okay? Tell you a story about myself. When I was 18 years old, there was something called the WCW Power Plant. Okay. I got out of high school and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the power plant and learn how to wrestle. Me and a couple guys got in the car, we went to the power plant, went in there or whatever, and I got in the ring for the first time and I was like, this hurts. That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to fall on that over and over again? You want me to fall on that? So I lasted for like a week, and then after that, no one was taking me anymore. So I was on the outs. But walk me through what those seminars are like. Is it just like your promo work, your presence work? Is it more so where you're like learning moves, learning different moves, learning how to use certain things, or how to be a certain type of actual character?
So the seminars, they kind of go along the same thing each seminar, but it all depends on what you're asking him to. But he does go out of his way to tell us information. Like, first off, they're looking for basics, footwork, your ring awareness, camera work, promos, your basics. Those are things you need to know down pat, and that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for all the fancy moves, nothing like that. That's what we're told before we get in there. Mm-hmm. So he literally looks for the typical lock up, the whole regular, lock up, headlock, push off, shoulder tackle, just simple stuff. But what a lot of people do is that they train somewhat and they think they have everything down and they just start learning the fancy stuff because they think that's what gets over. Mm-hmm. That's not the case. You need to know your basics down pat, how to bump correctly, how to sell correctly, how to, like you were saying, your presence in the ring, out the ring, entrance, stuff like that. You need to grab the crowd's attention in the ring and outside the ring. Your entrance needs to make sure that they know who you are right off the bat. Because once that entrance gets over with the crowd, it's not hard in the ring after that. You don't have to do as much work in the ring to get over that you're either a heel or a babyface. Okay.
I think that's dope. I think that's dope. So hold on 1 second. Hold on. I told you it was gonna happen. Hold on 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the Proper 12 Poppy.
First of all, I don't need an introduction. I'm gonna stop you right there, only because we have a guest. I'm extremely late. I want to apologize to her. Apologize to y'all. I should not do this. It's unprofessional. You can do the introduction after. I just want to get my 15, 20 seconds off. Thank you for taking your time out of your day. Once again, we've had people cancel on us. And yeah, that's all I got to say. But thank you.
Hey, quick, real quick. Look, all right, number one, when I intro you, you take the intro first. Don't interrupt me during the intro. Okay, I worked hard on that intro. I've said this intro for 8 seasons. Okay, 8 of them. You don't interrupt me. I get it. She's a guest, but she's been here for 20 minutes. She family now.
Well, you did the intro for like 3 seasons, but I digress.
I didn't ask you, okay, Logan. I asked you. Okay. I want respect around here. Okay.
He said put some respect on his name.
Put some respect about. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Nakoma, you're Native American. Am I correct?
Yes.
What tribe is that you're a part of? One more time.
Abenaki. Yep.
That's something new.
I can't pronounce that.
We're in Maine and like southern Canada for the most part, but really we're basically spread out everywhere. But we're known in Maine and like southern Canada.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's up? Because with us, and I say with us, we got what we got, Joe, Logan. What we got? You already know what I'm gonna say. It was only 2.
What Cherokee?
We know.
Cherokee. Oh yeah, we only know Cherokee.
Cherokee and Navajo.
Listen. Okay, yeah, this is the thing. Okay, so like, all right, real quick.
It's like
the darkest out of the way.
You know, the power bomb and the power driver.
Look, we did listen. We all okay. This is a stupid thing to talk about. So for me, when I saw your name first, I was like, okay, she's Native American. That name is not a name you just pick out of a hat and just be like, that means something and that means something put together. There you go.
Oh, this isn't Vince McMahon. Oh, I said his name.
No, you can't. Don't say his name. Listen, because I swear,
VKM.
No offense.
Sorry.
Nakoma, no offense. If he picks her up and messes her career up because he wants to do some stupid shit, it's gonna piss me off. Don't say his name.
He's gonna just use her last name.
Right, he's gonna use her last name.
Hey, you want to reconcile the bloodline so you can be in there because anybody that's like not that's not white is apparently part of the bloodline.
Okay, you know what? You're getting it. You're getting it. Okay.
All right, back on track. Back on track.
Nope, you're getting it. You're getting it. Yep, you get out right now. Okay, we were having a good time. You came in here apologizing to our guest who's now family. Our Native American sister now is trying to educate us on this. We don't know any better. Listen, all Black people know is Cherokee and Navajo, and we think that if you got a certain type of hair, it's Cherokee or Navajo. It's stupid. Doesn't make any sense. We have to end that in the spectrum. Now, let me introduce KG, and we get back to Nakoma. You're interrupting me, ladies and gentlemen. Proper 12 Poppy, the red-handed wrangler. He has raccoon fur in his Crocs. Ladies and gentlemen, the other KG. I probably made the raccoon fur thing up, but I don't care. Now they believe you have raccoon fur in your Crocs. You probably don't even own. Do you own a pair of Crocs while we're having this conversation?
I don't, honestly. I'm
Nakoma,
just.
Nakoma, you own Crocs?
I don't own any Crocs. I got moccasins, but
I know. Those are better. Like those
I wrestle in moccasins too. I've never owned an actual pair of wrestling boots ever in my wrestling career.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. This is great.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get back on. I'm sorry. Listen, people are watching. They want to know this type of stuff. This isn't one of those things where it's like, oh, no, I'm going to ask her some real hard-hitting questions, okay?
Joseph.
What?
Can I ask a question? I want to ask a question.
Oh, you can ask a question. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm going to leave you out to it. I'm sorry.
Jeez Louise.
But wait.
All right, before I forget. So, Attitude Era, you said that had a lot of influence on, and it was part of your starting the whole thing about wrestling. So, I want to ask, your Mount Rushmore of the Attitude Era consists of who and why?
Now let me think. The Rock, I really liked. Let me see. China, Eddie, definitely the Triple H.
You got one more.
Shawn Michaels. That's obviously the but I think Bull Nakano, but I don't think she wasn't like in the Attitude Era, but I forgot to mention her earlier. Bull Nakano is more my style as well. I don't know if you remember her from back in the day, but
I'm a fan. I like that. That's the first one. I think
that's the first Mount Rushmore from the Attitude Era that didn't include Steve Austin.
Nothing wrong with that either.
yeah,
No, nothing wrong with it. It's her Mount Rushmore. That's why I said it. But yeah.
No, exactly.
Those are like kind of a mixture of what I kind of like watch, which is why I said that, because Eddie is like that fun, like, you know, badass at the same time. He's energetic. He's got that energy right off the bat.
Right.
That power, that walk, that demands attention right off the bat and doesn't take no for an answer. She just does what she needs to do. You know, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, you know, they're just goofballs. They just work the crowd. They connect with the crowd. They're good with the people, same as The Rock. So a mixture of all of them is what I try to be, is powerful, fun. I try to be with the people, connect with the people, and like just a mixture of all that is what I try to be. So that's, you know, why I picked those.
Nice.
Dope as ever.
And not only did Eddie have a connection, he also was like, he came out with the lowrider, you know, and I say that because VKM transitioned to the other Mexicans to having.
No, stop.
You already know what I'm gonna say.
We're not talking about Mexicals. We're not. You gotta stop. You gotta stop with these VKM references with Mexicals. We gotta stop this right now. KG, ask our guest a question. I can't do this with you right now. I can't do this with you.
I just thought it was embarrassing. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll ask a legit question. Only because, like, yeah, we do crap when I do a lot. And at some point, we got to get over it. I know. It's easy to power drive VKM, even though he's also a fellow Virgo. Even though I'm not really into signs that much, but whatever. Anyway, may I ask you, all right, so we go into a match. Here's the thing I'm wondering. Do you have to adjust your style according to who you're wrestling, or do you already have like something in mind that you want for that program? Because like obviously everyone's not necessarily going to click, because, and I say that because two of my favorite wrestlers, I feel like we should have had a 5-star match out of, we never got, which was KO and AJ Styles. I thought we got some good matches, but like they never like blew my mind in WWE. I don't know if they wrestle on Indies, but like anyway, the point I'm asking is probably okay.
Bring them on.
But like, is there something like, so when you go into a feud, there's something you have to adjust, or you already have something in mind that you want to do with like someone you're going to go into a program with?
So when I get reached out to by a company, before I even agree to anything, I do my research first, because obviously when you're in the ring, you got to make sure not only does your opponent look good, you look good.
Right.
You want to keep yourself safe. You want to keep your opponent safe as well. Obviously, you're beating each other up in the ring, but you know, we're not trying to actually murder each other.
Right, exactly.
But although it may seem like that sometimes, but it's besides the point. But what I do is I ask the promoter, who's this person, what's their background information. I'll even do my own research on top of whatever the promoter tells me, because sometimes people lie in this business and you got to be safe. I'll watch some of their videos from like their most recent videos to see if they truly are good in the ring. What are they about? What's their gimmick about? Stuff like that. And then I'll try and use that in the ring. And I'll try to think of ways to get around whatever moves they got. I'll try to think of my feet at that moment, because I'll look at their body language. I'm like, all right, I think she's about to do this or about to do that. She's going to try and go for my leg. All right, let's try and do this instead. So I like to study my opponents first before I go into that circle. I call it my sacred circle, but the squared circle. But again, I always do my research first before I even agree to anything.
Nice.
Especially with chemistry, like you were saying with chemistry. If I feel like they're brand new, you can tell. Like I was saying with the tryout, you can tell by their footwork, their basics, stuff like that. That's what I look for. If I see that they're kind of iffy on any of that stuff, sometimes I can work with them, sometimes I can't, and I'm like, just for my safety and their safety, I'm like, no. I was like, I won't work that person, or I want to make sure your company looks good and has a good match. I'm not trying to make it look bad, especially the women that wrestle in these shows. We represent other women in the company, in the independent circuit.
Yep.
So we got to go hard. We got to go look good. We got to work 10 times harder than any of the men in this business. So that's just how it is. So you got to give it your all, but you got to be safe about it as well. So.
And I'll co-sign what you said, because although his opinion is not the end all be all, we also, there's another guy we kind of crap on, call him New Japan God. We're gonna acknowledge him by name, but I feel like at times he craps on women's wrestling. And to me, a great match is a great match. For example, I say like Rhea and Charlotte, that was probably the best. I would say my top 10 for WrestleMania matches, because WrestleMania Saturday was insane. And honestly, for me, like I said, that's probably, I don't want to put an asterisk. Like I said, one of the top 10. I don't care about women's, men, whatever. That might have been two of them that night. That and then the tag team match. There were probably two of the better WrestleMania matches I've seen from watching wrestling. So it's like you said, you're looking out for the women too, because like you said, like you have to be protective of each other, because you're trying to make a name for yourself, not just for yourself, but for people even after you, and like trying to be that trendsetter type thing where it's like, yeah, we know our stuff. Like,
yeah. Also, you want the company looks good too. You don't want to have
that too, right? Because they give you that, yeah.
So it's a lot more to it than people think. People think that we just get called upon and we just show up and we just go for it. There's a lot to it that you gotta business wise, not only for ourselves but for the company.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
One, what I'll say about Nakoma that I think is really dope is Nakoma. Yeah, KG, you weren't here. So the everybody always has this narrative that because of like China, that a woman wrestling a man is, I guess, taboo. One thing I'll say about Tessa, Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley. I'm missing one. Willow Nightingale. They've always wrestled. They've always wrestled guys.
Yeah.
They've always been good with it. And I put you in that boat too, where if you put Nakoma in a match with a guy, the match doesn't change. No matter what, the match doesn't change. The match is still just as good as any other like athlete that's in there as well. Like it doesn't really make a difference. I really think that she's that good in the ring, ring-wise. Now, with that being said, let's get to the nitty-gritty of all this. Someone was out of the country.
Yes, I was. I was in Canada this past weekend for the women's championship belt that was up for grabs. Now, I went up there a few months ago. I think actually not a few months ago. Actually, I think it was like around summertime. I went up there against. Actually, I entered the tournament and I ended up being one of the last against Chantel, and Chantel got the best of me, and she's the one who actually got the belt originally. And I was so close to getting that belt, and I got a kick to the head. I went down, and she got the pin. So we are great friends. We still are great friends. We were friends beforehand, even. So it was a fun match. We definitely pushed each other to our limits, and it was an all-out like brawl. Like we definitely went hard. That was a long match, and there was a bunch of fans. There was over 400 fans there the last time, and it was the same as it was before. There was tons of fans this past weekend, and I really appreciate everyone who came out and watched and supported. And I went and fought the first girl, which was Black Widow, I believe her name is. I haven't met her, but she definitely went hard in that ring. Oh my gosh, she caught me. I think she caught me in my lip, and I actually was bleeding out of my lip. Like we just went hard, and I ended up getting the pin. I did a sunset flip from the corner, pinned her real quick, boom, done. Then I went to move on. I forgot the other Mick something. I don't know. I'd have to. These girls I met briefly because we weren't allowed to stay in the same room as each other. Because
old school.
That's how intense this whole tournament was.
Okay.
I was in my own room. The other three girls were in their own room because I don't know what would have happened in the back between all those girls, but it was crazy within the ring. So you can only imagine what it'd be like outside the ring if we met face to face. But yeah. So when I went to go wrestle the last girl, we were on the outside of the ring. We were just going hard. We were going crazy. And I hit Samoan, boom. And I got the pin on her. I didn't believe it at first that I got the pin on her because I thought she had me for a little bit. But the fans had me going. They literally had me. My heart was pumping so hard. But I got the pin. I was so excited. And I was honored to be able to, I'm still honored, obviously, to carry this belt. This is what it looks like right here.
That's dope. That means you got to go back.
Yep, I'm definitely going back. I'm going to be defending it. I'm going to give it my all, just like I did this past weekend, because I have my people who are looking up to me to keep this belt around my waist. And again, like I said in the ring, the first match I had up there, I said warriors belong in this ring, not little princesses. A true warrior is who needs to carry this belt, and I feel like that's me, and I will defend it at all costs.
As I've said in our promos, ladies and gentlemen, the crowned warrioress, if you will. Hashtag. I did that. That's my idea.
You did that.
I like the words.
It felt amazing to wrestle in front of my people because there were actually some natives from other tribes in the crowd. And I met a gentleman actually. I don't know if you saw my TikTok, but I took a picture with a gentleman. I was holding a choker. Him and his students actually made me that choker, and he gifted it to me. And I was really excited because I don't normally get gifted, regalia, like stuff like that. And I don't get to meet a lot of natives in general. So the fact that I got to meet someone from a different tribe and got to talk to them for a little bit, it made me feel good because that makes me feel like I'm truly representing my people.
Right.
And that gives me more push. It gives me more energy to know that they're there for me, just like my ancestors there for me. Because I can feel them everywhere I go. And the fact that I do have people in that crowd screaming and everything, it just makes me want it more. It makes me want to keep pushing and representing. And this past weekend, I wore a red handprint, and a lot of people were asking what it stood for. I don't know if you guys have heard about it or know any knowledge of MMIW.
I have very limited knowledge. I will not lie. Very limited knowledge.
Okay. Well, MMIW is Missing Murdered Indigenous Women. And it's a huge thing pretty much everywhere, but mostly in Canada at the moment. I'm trying to help spread knowledge about it because there's lots of women and children and two-spirited people that are being kidnapped and just murdered and just dumped. Like, you don't hear it on the news.
All right.
Like, you think about it now. Have you ever heard about any natives, any children being kidnapped, missing on the news?
No, it's a strictly like, honestly, it's the way that I heard about it was through TikTok.
Exactly. It's because of natives and people in those areas were trying to spread knowledge about this because it's nowhere to be found. The news. But then yet Jimmy Joe and whatever, they get plastered all over the news, you know, they're missing, but literally children, women, a bunch of our people are being taken off the reservations and just being slaughtered. So we're trying to spread awareness about it and try to get help and try to have people help find these people, because some of them are still out there and they haven't even found them. And it's been years. And then apparently their missing files are just being tossed to the side, and there's like millions and millions of people missing.
Wow.
And not much is being done. I'm not saying nothing's being done, but not much is being done.
There's literally there's a huge movement on TikTok, which is actually a big deal about it, just because I was never made aware of this in my local news channels. Like we're in Chicago, so we're all in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They don't talk nearly as much about that on local news or national news as much as they should. So when I went down the rabbit hole, as I always do during TikTok, because TikTok just learns so much there.
It's a black hole. You just get lost in it.
Seriously, like I literally was waiting for I was waiting to talk to somebody about a conversation for like my haircut or whatever, my hair or whatever. And I sat there and I was like, damn, I've been here for like an hour and ain't talked to nobody. Like, so it's a bad habit. But seriously, that whole thing brings awareness to it. So there's a couple, as you guys will probably see, on a couple of the promo pics, with the hand across the face that she has on there, whatever, that's what that's for, which is pretty dope.
The black one, there is pictures of me wearing a black one, but that means good at hand-to-hand combat. But the red one, I'm going to be wearing a little bit more, obviously, for the MMIW.
That's dope.
No, and that's good that you made awareness for that, because even though, like I said, my family's on all the time, even if I didn't, because it's good to empathize with other people, first of all. Yeah. So, like, I've been told, even though I'm closer, I think, to our Irish ancestors, but point is, like, it's good to have awareness in terms of things that's going on with others, because that does not shock me at all, and it's sad that still happens, not even because you're our guest, but in general. But like just to empathize with others, like you don't have to have blood or whatever besides blood, besides gender, besides sexuality. We should all empathize with each other, and I'm glad you made us aware, because like I said, it does not shock me, and that's sad. It doesn't shock me because of the evil in this world, but like that's dope that you are able to put that presence out there that's like, hey, I'm out here, I'm doing what I love, but I'm also making this aware of what's going on.
Yeah, because with who I am, a gimmick, it's my character is not a character, it's who I truly am and what I want to bring to the people as a wrestler. I want to make a change in this world, and this is my way of doing it. And I want people to realize that they too can be a warrior, native blood or not. And it's just a matter of finding it within yourself. We all have that strength to stand up for each other, to do what's right in this world, to make that change. You may think you're one person, but that one person can cause a reaction by just making that one little kind action. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I wanna give back to people because wrestling has saved me in a lot of ways that people don't realize. And I want to give back to the people for supporting me for all these years. And I want to bring strength to my people, not just natives, but just people who follow me and support me and go to my shows, stuff like that. Because not everyone, you realize the people in the seats, a lot of wrestlers, not saying all, they look at people as money bags. I don't want to look at people like that at all. I want to be with the people. I want to connect to these people because not everyone has that ear or that support or that someone to look up to when they're home. I want to be that, role model. I want to make sure people, even adults, not just children, even male, woman, whoever, I want to make sure they know that they can do anything they put their mind to, no matter what it takes, as long as they think positive thoughts and they push themselves. They can do anything possible. And I know a lot of women in this business, they get pushed down. They get, I guess, limited. They get told, oh, women aren't supposed to be doing this and that. No. Women are more than capable of doing anything they put their mind to. No one should.
Go ahead.
So that's what I'm about. Being a warrior is not violence. That's not what it's about. Being a warrior is to be there for your people, to support and rise up against what's wrong in this world. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to push each other in a positive way. That's what being a warrior is all about. It may seem that I may come out looking scary and screaming and I may seem violent, but I'm just trying to do what's right and stand up and get rid of that negative, get rid of the evil, I guess.
Yeah.
So
there's a balance. It's good to see.
We give. I call those soul cleansers. Mm-hmm. So to knock out all that negative spirits, I guess you could say, inside the person. Yeah. There's a clip. I labeled it Chop Nation, and it's a clip of a lot of my chops all together of like different matches. Those were deadly. Those you got to check that. You saw that clip of me chopping that dude. Wait till you see the whole compilation of the chops I gave.
It's okay. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. It's intimidating. Okay, it's a lot. Listen. The guy that got chopped, same color as me, and his chest was white. So I mean, you can take that information what you want to do with it, but that's what it is. Okay?
I'm ring with two men in Florida this coming up weekend. I'm gonna be in the same ring as three men, and I'm gonna be the only female in there. So we'll see what happens this weekend.
In the words of the Joker, and here we go.
Two things I will say. One, as you said, not just as women's wrestling, because like I always tell people all the time, I don't even say, because for a while I had to get myself out of that lane, because sometimes I'm guilty of saying wrestles like a dude. No, like for example, Charlotte Flair, no, she wrestles like she just does not give a period. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I was like, she might need to reevaluate. Like, I don't just tell what a woman should do with her body, but I just know like she did get reduction at some point. I was like, it's just her style. It's not cognizant of the stereotypical diva, which they got rid of. You know what I mean? And what you're speaking to, wrestling, anyone that's intense, whether it be guys or women, like, there's a mentality going to that match. That's all it is. And it's like, if I know it's going to be more violent, and it don't got to be a man or a woman, because, for example, I'll give perspective on Rampage. Shout out to AEW. I remember when Jamie Hayter was still a champion, she wrestled who's the Japanese wrestler? Ima. I don't want to butcher her name. I just forgot her name. But they had a physical match. Both their chests were just red as raw meat, and it's just like, and that's. It don't matter who it is for me. Like, I just like to see beautiful wrestling regardless. And like, I know, but you got to adjust too, because and like I said, it's not just a women's thing. There's some guys that are definitely finesse wrestlers. We've had that conversation several times. That's why some of us don't really mess with some of the people in the elite. That's another discussion for another day.
Don't get. We touched on it a little bit earlier. Well, I didn't state that guy's name because Joe was being Joe over here talking about Cody.
No, Cody's not the problem.
No, I'm gonna just let you know, okay?
It's the brothers that consider themselves young. Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Not only them. But Kenny Omega, okay?
Don't do hey.
Wait. We told Logan this all the time. You caught the wrong version of Kenny Omega. You caught the Michael Jordan on the Wizards version of Kenny Omega. That's the problem.
That's accurate. No, wait, hold on. Time out. Wait a minute now. Hold on now.
I can
he
believe
borderline did though.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. Hold the fucking phone. Listen. I know we from Chicago, but Michael Jordan Wizards is terrible. He's terrible. Okay, Kenny Omega's not that.
Mike was still solid on the Wizards. He was still putting up numbers. Don't do that.
He averaged 18 and 19 points when he had a 31 average. We're not doing this.
How old was Mike?
We have a guess.
How old was Mike?
We have a guess. The same age as LeBron.
Okay.
No, he was older. Plus, Mike.
Nakoma.
Okay, we'll go back. Listen to old nurse. I'm sorry. We don't drag you.
Please tell me. Okay. Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes.
I was gonna say Will Ospreay at least. There's no question.
Not Will Ospreay. I like Will Ospreay. It's just this guy with Kenny.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Look, man.
There's no right or wrong answer.
No right or wrong.
We just keep telling Logan he's catching the wrong Kenny Omega, and I didn't even really watch New Japan like that. I just saw his series of matches with Kazuchika Okada, and what else did I catch with him? The Jericho match, and I was just telling him like, no, just you. He didn't even dumb it down. His body just gave out on him because this dude was wrestling 60-minute matches.
Yeah, your body,
on the regular.
Wrestling in the ring for a long period of time, your body does start to die on you. I'm not even gonna lie. All the body heat of the fans and stuff. And I dealt with that up in Canada because there was so many people. It was so hot, and then the match was just so long too. Because we were just battling out, but your breathing starts to get heavy, your legs start shaking, but your adrenaline is what's the only thing that's keeping you going, and the fans yelling and cheering you on is like the second thing that's pushing you to keep going. But like it does kill you, it does get to you, because I know after all my matches, every match I've had, I'm trying to sign shake hands with people, my hands shaking like really bad because my adrenaline's so bad, but my legs are tired. I just end up sitting. So I know what it's like to feel like that.
First
no,
off,
for sure. No. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
First off, fellas, we have a guest. What you're not going to do is bring up our old discussions up with our guest and make her choose. She is a warrioress.
I literally said there's no wrong. Wait.
I am speaking, and I want respect. As the reigning defending advocate,
we're not gonna acknowledge you. Gonna get super kicked like Roman in a minute.
We just had that conversation. I am her advocate, okay? And no, she didn't hire me. I just hired myself, and I don't want to talk about it.
Yes, did.
That's got
to do an advocate that's as biased as you. This is my point. You're biased.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bud. You coming off real aggressive right now. It's like we don't need you overtaking Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Wait a minute.
You can hear that?
First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you can just say what you just said.
Oh my goodness.
Number one, guys. We have a guest. Okay.
We do, and I have a question for our guest. If
you would ask the question,
I'll be quiet. Okay.
Do I have the floor? I have the floor now.
Do you want the floor? You can have. I'll mute myself. There we go. There we go.
Nakoma, so I'm going to ask you. Give me your pick for ideal opponent in Impact Wrestling, AEW, and WWE.
Well, Rhea Ripley is the top one that pops up to mind. For it comes to like a dream match. Is that what you're asking for? Like a dream match, right?
Yeah.
So Rhea Ripley would definitely be my number one. As of right now. If Bull Nakano was still wrestling, that'd be my second one. But yeah, I would say those two, honestly. Something that would challenge me because I want to challenge myself in the ring. Because sometimes like I work students in the ring that I knew, which I don't mind. I love working because I love challenging them because it also challenges me in a way too. Because to be a ring general, run things. I'm also teaching them in the process, but I want to be challenged so I too can learn. And I think Rhea Ripley and Bull Nakano definitely would challenge me mentally and physically in the ring and actually outside the ring with promos, stuff like that too, because they were pretty good with all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So nobody from AEW, nobody from Impact.
I mean, I don't really honestly I don't watch too much TV. Honestly, I just catch clips. That kind of like how he was saying he's like he gets lost in TikTok, but I don't watch too much TV because I honestly don't have a lot of time to watch TV. But for what I've known, let me see, AEW, Rose,
Nyla Rose.
Was Nyla Rose? Yes, I actually met her a couple of years back in New York for WOW back. She was cool to talk to. But I actually wouldn't mind being in the ring with because she actually taught me some stuff too, being native as well. But I wouldn't mind being in the ring with her, honestly.
Okay, she was one of the ones like just stylistically, I do think you could pair well with over there in AEW. Chris Statlander is another one I think would be a good one.
Oh, she'd kill Chris. She'd kill Chris Statlander.
I'm just saying in terms of style and you know what I mean. Just would be able to have a good match. Like Jade for me is while she has the presence and all that good stuff. The look, I think she's still pretty green. And who am I? I'm just a fan, but she's had a tenure there in AEW, but I think she still needs a little bit more time to like really train and dig down and get better. And then, she'll be, good down the line, a little bit better, as she go. But those two for sure, that's the ones that like immediately stood out to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
also,
I'll co-sign what Logan said about the. Oh, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
But Alicia Edwards, I actually wrestled her at Lucky Pro a while back, and she definitely challenged me as well. That's another one I'd like to be in the ring with again. And Luscious Natasha is another one I've wrestled quite a few times actually. I've been in the ring with her. She's someone else who also challenges me as well. So I definitely would like to get in the ring with those girls again.
Nice.
Big fan of that. First off, as our advocate, we're not just going to be throwing matches out here for you to be entertaining this type of stuff. You got to go through me first for you to have this discussion with said warriors. Okay, I made the word. I don't even think warriors is even a word, but never mind. It's even good. KG, ask our guest a question if you have one, sir.
I was just going to co-sign I'll say what Logan said about the Statlander thing, not to just piggyback, but also this version of Statlander. We're not getting the boop. We're getting like the actual aggressive like Chris Statlander. That's why I see what you were saying when you said no, but like Joe, but like only because I said we're getting a more advanced. Like she still has that alien gimmick to a degree, but like she's more serious, which is why that's kind of like how that they transitioned when like they got mad. Ruby beat her, but like I could definitely see the Statlander thing. I'll co-sign the Rhea thing too, though. I definitely see that. Because I think Rhea is a lot of people's dream match at this point. Just the presence she brings, like you said, the promos that you said, you don't just want to just wrestle someone. And that makes entire sense because anybody could just, I'm not going to say anybody could wrestle anyone, but that's not what necessarily draws everyone in, you know, because especially with women's wrestling, you have limited roster. So it's you really have to, you should always pay attention to detail, but it's also even more so because a mid-card feud for the guys could be something just straight wrestling, but because the women are, you know, less featured, you kind of have to bring that, not just wrestling, like that everything to the table type thing.
Yeah, I think honestly with like the Rhea Ripley against me, for what I represent and against what she represents, I think that would make a good storyline. That's, you know, that's one thing. And then the promos would be awesome between me and her. Again, with what we both represent and stuff. But like the aggressiveness we both have would definitely add onto like it. I honestly would love to be in the ring with her one day. I would love to get that chance to be with her, and then or in general just talk to her, like one-on-one. Just get to talk to her outside of like the ring and pick her brain a little bit. I'd love to do that one day if I can ever get that chance. I hope I get that chance. That'd be sick. But
Don't say if, say when.
There you go.
Never say if, always say when.
that's true. You're right.
Never say if, always say when.
And we'll co-sign that. And we'll co-sign that because slightly humble brag. She's definitely liked somebody's post, and I'll give that guy a shout out. We voted her wrestler of the week. She liked it, so she was paying attention when she got tagged. So she's still in that humble category where she's just not like above. Well, I'm talking about Logan. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, it's one of those.
You thought we
things,
did the Bret Hart thing, dude. Come on.
First of all, where are my sunglasses at?
Oh.
Are there complimentary sunglasses, sir? No, all just aside. No, all just aside. She's one of my favorites, honestly. Like I said, she's never had to grow on me. Because there's certain wrestlers that grew on me. She never really had to. So, but yeah, not just because you're our guest, but she's great. Honestly, you'd be hard pressed to find when she gets enough time to find a bad Rhea Ripley match. I mean, even when I'm on a crap on Zelina, like they just don't give her enough time because she was better when they let her talk as a heel. They try to put her in that baby face. They're trying to put her in that Sasha Banks role, whatever. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. The point is, it's like even she made that work. We knew what that was about. It was a Puerto Rico thing. But yeah, no, I don't think you'll find too many fans have a bad thing to say about Rhea Ripley. So yeah, no, absolutely.
No, I mean, she works the crowd great. Like you see clips on TikTok, again, bringing TikTok back. Like you see videos of her scaring the kids, you know, everything else, and I just love the videos that I end up finding on her.
Absolutely.
Well, fellas, if there are no more questions for the reigning defending champion, it's time.
Give her the Paul. Wait. Don't come with that low energy. Give her the Paul Heyman treatment.
Well, first off, I'm being calm right now because
Did
as
I miss
a warrior,
the Paul Heyman treatment? I'm sorry.
He probably tired himself out.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to talk in a calm manner because right now you two are pissing me off. So I'm trying to be cool. Okay, all right. I'm trying to be cool. Trying to get it good. Just calm down. Now, Nakoma Tala has a lot of dates that we have to go over. Okay, all right. She's booked for the whole rest of the year, but she's decided to give us till the end of July. You're welcome. Y'all so ungrateful. Y'all are so ungrateful.
Wait, first of all, I muted myself because I thought she was going to speak. I'm trying to give her the floor, sir.
Hey. She doesn't walk on the floor. She walks on roses. Okay? She is a crowned warrioress, and she's royalty. Now, at this point, everyone mute their mics and allow her to be able to say.
And allow the goddess of hot take to talk? Okay, I will.
Yes, allow the goddess of hot. That's brilliant! Ladies and gentlemen, the goddess of hot take wrestling will now give us her dates for the next 2 months of July. Watch this episode on Friday. They'll all pop up with either the dates, the actual wrestling companies they're with or whatever. You'll obviously see a picture of the Goddess of Hot Take Wrestling, and that will be a hashtag Goddess of Hot Take Wrestling. I don't care what anyone says. And there, you will be able to see when she's available and when you can see Nakoma Tala. Ma'am, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right. So this weekend, actually, I'll be in Florida. I'll be on June 3rd. Says it's going to be 7445 Chester McKay Drive, Newport Richey, Florida. Doors will open at 3:30 p.m., bell time 4 p.m. And you can also find more information on Real Brutal Wrestling on Facebook, or you can email ramosbrotherswrestling@gmail.com. Now, tickets are $15 online and they're $20 at the door. And I really hope I get to see you guys this weekend down in Florida. If you're in the area, definitely check it out. It's going to be a great show. It's family friendly, kid friendly. Also, shows coming up outside of that would be, let's see here. I got to bring out my calendar. June 10th. Let me see here. June 10th, I'll be at Wrestling Federation of America. And June 11th, Wrestling Federation of America. And the one on the 10th is in Nashua, New Hampshire. And June 11th is in Seabrook, New Hampshire. So I will be in the New Hampshire area, New Hampshire state. So if you guys are in those towns or even near, Massachusetts, whatever, make the drive, because these shows are going to be intense. Because June 10th, I'm going to try and go for the Women's Championship belt for WFA as well. And I will be facing Valentine. And if you've seen the other videos from those shows, me and her have been going all out. We've been brawling. We've been giving it our all. June 10th is going to be insane. So definitely get your tickets. Get them online. Get them ahead of time, because these shows get packed and tickets go fast. So get them now while you can. Let's see. What else? What other shows we got coming up? June 10th, 11th. And then I'm going back to Canada for CCW, the place that I have the Women's Championship belt for, that I just won recently in this past weekend. It will be, let's see here, Maritime Club and Cottonwood Street in Gagetown, New Brunswick, Canada. So definitely go on their Facebook, Capital City Wrestling on Facebook. You can get more information, get the tickets now as well, get them ahead of time. Let's see here. And then the next day, I have to drive from Canada all the way to Springfield, Massachusetts for Bay State Championship Wrestling. And the bell time starts at 3 p.m. So definitely, again, tickets. Buy your tickets ahead of time, because these shows go, the tickets literally get bought quick. So definitely get them online rather than wait at the door. Mark them on your calendars, because I'm telling you, these shows that I am in, there's lots of great talent. Lots of great talent. Lots of warriors outside of me that's going to be in that ring. Then July 1st, I'm going to be back in Canada, but for a different company. It's Supernova Wrestling in Montreal, Canada. I'll be able to post more information on that show, but as of right now, mark your calendars. Or you can check Supernova Wrestling on Facebook. I believe they have Instagram as well, so definitely check them out there. And July 3rd is Latin American Wrestling in Lawrence, Massachusetts. It's gonna start at 5 p.m. And I believe is it Carlito? I think one of them is gonna be there as well. So they're gonna have great talent there as well. Gonna be a blast. On top of that, Independence Day is the next day, so I don't think many people have work the day before Independence Day. If you do, I hope you still make it to the show, because it's at 5 p.m. Let's see, what else we got? New World Wrestling Extreme is July 15th. Still waiting on more information on those shows at the moment, but definitely check out on July 29th, New England Fan Fest 8. I will be there. I'll have my own table there. I'll be selling my merch. I'll be able to take pictures with you. We can talk, hang out. There's going to be tons and tons and tons of WWF talent from, way back when. You got to check out the Facebook. They have a bunch of posters of who's going to be there. But definitely get there to Warwick, Rhode Island. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Crown Plaza Hotel at 801 Greenwich Avenue. So definitely check it out on Facebook, see who's going to be there. But just for you guys to know, I will be there. I'm going to try and see if I get t-shirts. I know lots of people have been asking me for t-shirts for years. And I'm hoping I can have t-shirts on hand available for you guys. But I'll have my beadwork because I do beadwork for merch. All my merch is handmade by me, and I do custom work as well. I'll have cups, you name it. So
someone from the Twitch just asked for your Florida date. What's your Florida date?
Florida date is, I believe I said the 3rd. Yep, June 3rd. And the address, if you want to know the address, it's 7445 Chester McKay, MCKAY Drive, Newport Richey, Florida. Doors open 3:30 p.m. Bell time is 4 p.m. And you can find more information at Real Brutal Wrestling on Facebook, or you can email Ramos, RAMOS Brothers Wrestling at gmail.com. So tickets online are $15 and they're $20 at the door. So definitely get your tickets online, get them ahead of time. Bring as many people as you can, family, kids, your friends, work buddies, bring everybody out because it's going to be a fun time.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. Okay. That is Nakoma Tala. Okay, now I know I probably said it wrong. I'm sorry if I am saying it wrong.
All right, Nakoma Tala. Yep.
As her advocate, I strongly advise you to go see these next events. She's going to be booked out for the rest of the year. And chances are by the time you want to go see her, you'll have to pay a ticket for a major brand to go see her. So why you can't see her now and why you can't see her in her growth, please go see her as soon as possible or whatever. She is killing the indies right now. Also, her TikTok page will be posted where you can follow her on TikTok. She's also on Instagram. Is there anywhere else that you're on?
I am TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And it's all under the same name, Nakoma Tala. So TikTok, it's at Nakoma, Nakoma Tala, Tala. And for Instagram, it's Nakoma_Tala. Twitter is at Nakoma Tala. And Facebook, same thing, Nakoma Tala.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Do those, and you can always purchase merch through me as well. If you just message me, I'm more than happy to mail them out as well.
You heard what she said. She designs her own merch. So hit up for some merch and stop playing as her advocate. Ladies and gentlemen, you've watched Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. We really appreciate you guys so much. It has been such a pleasure.
I think I am back.
What? What?
I was gonna say I think I am back. What I was gonna say is the way you put the respect on her name, you almost sound like Armando Alejandro Estrada when he was like, "Oh my God," that's what you sounded like. And don't mute me because you definitely sounded like that. You were trying.
So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you look us up, Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Hot Take Wrestling, TikTok at Hot Take Wrestling, Twitter Wrestling Take, YouTube NMGTV. And also, we are on Twitch at Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Okay? All right. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are literally the best. Other KG, give them your catchphrase, please.
I am the Whiskey Sour Poppy. I will see y'all later.
Buddy. All right. Oh, man, Logan.
We the ones. And we want the smoke, baby.
Now, look here. We had a guest now. Okay, don't get used to this guest and all this other stuff happen now because I know you see her face and see us and wonder how this all works. Just focus on her. Okay, as the advocate, you focus on her. You disregard us. Okay. Now, normally I say fuck somebody, but I don't have anybody.
She is the star of the show, and we're not talking about Anna J.
Right.
AS.
Okay. Oh, all right. Now I'm muting you again. Not doing this right now. Get out.